Welcome to the Agents of the Unexplained podcast. From a haunted abandoned asylum to Sasquatch lurking in the dark woods and watching you, and all things unexplained, here are the stories from outside our realm. With your host, Bill Rigby.
Sorry for the delay, folks, but Fred was having some technical difficulties getting online to this. His camera and microphone wouldn't work, but I do have him on the phone with me. Say hi, Fred.
How y'all doing?
Now, this is going to be a little different. We're doing it this way. I did this one other time. But it works. Unfortunately, Fred wanted to be in studio, but instead he's on the phone. I try to help him get it going there, and I got to be in front of that computer to help him. But other than that, he is the John Wayne of Bigfooting. He's the West Virginia State Director of MUFON. He is the Assistant State Director of MUFON for Pennsylvania. And he's the co-host or organizer or something. Him and Brian are doing the thing at Thomason Run State Park, Bigfoot Days down there. This Saturday, but Sunday or Friday night they're doing like a roundtable discussion. Which I'm planning on camping there this weekend. But anyhow, Mr. Fred.
Yes, sir.
Where do you want to go with this?
It's on you, man.
All right. I got one main question for you.
Okay.
How's Bang?
Sitting here looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
He sat there the whole time. As soon as I come over and said, yeah, the tray took off.
Oh, yeah. Now, we all know about you and the Bigfoot situation and all that. You've been doing it for 50 plus years.
Right.
I want to hear more on that.
I was telling the guy the other day, he says, about it, and I said, well, I'll tell you what, I said, back in 1966, I was doing it before then, all right? A guy named Fenorti seen Bigfoot run through Ellison, Pennsylvania. That's where I used to live. And like when I was about 10 years old, we had this guy we used to call him Crazy Pete. And one day he came running out of the woods and the bad boy heroin chased him. And that's really when I started looking at it. And back then you're a kid like 10, 11 years old. We used to hang out at the dairy bar up on a hill.
Right.
And we'd be walking home. It was like a quarter of a mile walk home down a hill. There was a cliff there. I mean, like rocks and that. And you could smell like sulfur. Man, we ran our ass off down there. And that's how long I've been in it now. So probably around the early 60s.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, I did have a lady give me a reported sighting from 1962 up near Mercer.
Okay.
Yeah, and I told.
I mean, they've been around for quite some time.
Oh, they've been around a lot longer than people realize. The Indians even talked about it.
Yeah, the crazy bears.
Oh, and there's, hey, Fred, Murray says hi.
Hi, how are you?
Jamie and Jenny's listening in.
How you doing?
But, the thing is, you've been Bigfooting for a half a century plus.
I've never seen one, but I've been Bigfoot that long.
Yep. And, you know, I haven't been Bigfooting that long. What, 4 years now I've been Bigfooting. But 2 years ago I saw one. So it's just by chance. You know, it's not.
Well, again, I'm gonna say something here.
All right.
I think that Brian and I was talking, and Paul Johnson.
Yep.
Okay, Dr. Johnson, Paul. Paul says that they're what the hell? Anyhow, that it could be all frequency. Maybe you have the frequency to see them while we don't.
True.
Vibrations. And I'm really starting to look at that because, I mean, even Stan Gordon, who's been in this for many years, he's never seen one.
Yeah, and it's just I'm delving into the frequency myself, and I can basically say that's a 75 to 90% possibility. You know, that which is weird. I found trackways, prints, structures that cannot be explained. I did find a tree shoved upside down. And how can that happen? I can't say it was Bigfoot because I didn't see him do it. But how can that happen?
See, that's one of the problems. Everybody says Bigfoot did it. Did you see him do it? No. Well, then you don't know if he did it or not.
Well, I yelled at that one guy, and that's not me. Usually I just keep quiet, but he's going around saying Bigfoot jumps through portals, and that's how they're doing it. And he's getting adamant in people's faces and pointing his finger. And finally, I just sat there. I took enough listening to him, getting on other ones. I stood up, walked over toward him, and I says, "Excuse me. Bigfoot jumps through portals." "Yes, they do." "Did you see him do it?" "No." "Okay, so how do you know they do it?" "That's how they do it." "All right, have you seen a portal?" "No." "Have you seen a Bigfoot?" "No." "Then sit your ass down and shut up." I'm sorry. You can say you believe they can do this.
Well, see, Bill, I think the whole thing is so many people got so many beliefs. Like, okay, I have no idea what Bigfoot is. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, is he a Giganticus? I mean, I learned how to say that word. He could be. Is he an animal? He could be. Is he a spirit? He could be. We have no idea what this thing is. And,
Exactly.
You can say, I believe this may be it. It may be it. But it doesn't prove it is it.
My theory is that, like Corky just said, he records every night. And he does get a lot of frequency with activity.
Right.
And everything is energy and emits vibration and frequency.
Yeah.
And the ones that got me going into that way of thinking was Jenny King and Brian and Terry Seach.
Right.
And I agree with that 110%. Even a stone puts off a vibration. No.
But see, a lot of people think that we're crazy for doing frequencies.
Yeah.
I mean, let me ask you this now. A Giganticus, what does it do? Tell me what it does.
Terrorize the world, but
It
no.
shits and leaves tracks.
Yes.
Okay? But you have something else out there. You got the Bigfoot out there now, you can't explain what it is. You understand what I'm saying? It don't fit into no realms.
Right.
It can vanish. Like people say, okay, shoot it. Well, I shot it. And I killed it. Where the hell's the body? You know? I can say I shot it and killed something too, but if I get the body, I didn't do it.
Exactly.
You know? Like I say, the case they had up here in Pennsylvania, again, Stan investigated it. But, you know, the lady shot it and it turned into puff of white smoke. As Brian and I was talking, it might have been the smoke from the gun that she seen, and Bigfoot actually ran. You understand what I'm saying? But then again, maybe it did vanish in a thing of smoke. We don't know. We don't know what this thing is. You know, and the problem is, you got too many people out there, they want to be the grand poobahs, you know?
Right.
They got cases, they stash them away. And when you're doing that, I mean, everybody's got to work together on this. If we don't all work together, we'll never find out what it is. You know? And I think it's a major problem with Bigfooting today.
Oh, that is a major problem. And, well, you and me discussed that many times over. And I'm all about sharing information.
Right.
You're right, Lord M. He says there are definitely more out there than just the saved. And he's right. But, you know, if the people don't share what they got, and there's a major big group of Bigfooters out there, that one big group, and you know who I'm talking about, that will not share information.
Right.
And I'm sorry. You know.
But then again, see, you can't, that's them. I mean, that's the way they want to do it, so they do it. I mean.
Yeah, but all they're doing is hurting the whole situation.
Well, but again, I mean, that's them. I mean, this is what everybody believes something different. Okay?
Right.
I mean, and that's what the problem is. We, you know, back when I started this, I'm saying back in the 70s, 80s, we all got along. We all helped each other. Today, there's only so many of us help each other. Everybody else wants to be, like I said, a grand poobah. I mean, yes. I'm the man. I mean, or I'm the woman. I know what I'm talking about. You know.
Well, I technically push the fact that if you don't share, you're not doing yourself justice.
Right.
And you know, everyone got a different idea and technique on doing things.
Right.
And you know, some will work, some won't. Some might work in a certain area and won't work in others.
Right.
But you got to be able to share what you're learning, share what you find, and don't just hide it, you know, for a year and then put it out there and say, yeah, well, I saw this at this place a year ago.
Well, let me tell you.
You don't have to give it exact location, but explain what you're seeing.
Right. I mean, you don't have to say where it's at, but you should explain what you're seeing and what you're doing. You know, and I think, well, a lot of people feel that certain areas is theirs. I mean, you know, you're not even allowed in it. I mean, you're
right.
Trespass on their property. Which I don't understand that. You know, I mean, it's the woods. I mean, the woods is the woods. I mean, you know, anybody it belongs to, whoever owns it. I mean, you know, you're a researcher. You know where the hell you want to go.
Well, if I know a certain area, a researcher has been studying and researching that area, I ask permission and see if they'll take me in there. I will not just go in and start doing it. Jamie King got on my case a little bit here last week about I won't go in that certain area because he found it. He's studying it. He did take me that one time, and I'm glad he did. But I haven't been back. He says, go back. And I just don't feel right doing that. That certain area is his.
Well, but see, he told you why.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like you got people out there say, well, the ridge. Did Chestnut Ridge.
which is big area.
I mean, I ain't saying nobody, but the Chestnut Ridge belongs to me. I mean, nobody else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bullshit. It belongs to the world. I mean, you do not own the Chestnut Ridge. I mean, let's be real. Let's be here. I mean, but see, if somebody tells you and they say, "Hey, Fred, I'm working on something down here by the creek right now. I'd appreciate it if you guys didn't go down here." I would never go down.
Exactly.
I mean, I have the respect for the person to do that. I mean, maybe they could come up with something, but to come and say, "Hey, get the hell out of here! You're not welcome down here."
No. That don't work for me either. Lord M goes, what do they do to give you permission? Well, for me, they're micro studying or studying and research in one area pretty extensively. I won't go in there because I don't want to disturb anything. Oh, my niece just said my great niece is waving at me. Hi, little nugget. But yeah.
Well, again, Kenny and Jamie.
Yeah.
I respect them highly. I mean, I think they're two good people, and I think they do good research.
Yes, they do.
Jamie had some stuff on his paper order that he got, and I wish he would have kept it. But the other day, I was telling Brian about this. Danny. Yeah, we all.
Yep.
Okay, so me and Danny went up to this house. We were down by the park, and we were going to do some metal detecting up there. So we're talking, and Danny got a habit of using his EVP. I mean, he can pick up. He could be in a church and they want to talk to somebody, and the voice will come over the damn thing for some unknown reason. I don't know. But anyhow, so he's trying to get a hold of the guy that owned the house, and I said, try to get a hold of Bigfoot. So he says, is there any Bigfoot out there? We would like to talk to you. It'll be damn if like 50 seconds later, a voice comes over and says, you're speaking with us. Now, did he speak to Bigfoot? Again, we're looking at something paranormal. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't think these animals are. I think they're all paranormal. I really do. I believe that. And I mean, and when we all realize that we have to look at it differently.
Wait a minute, Fred. Let's back up a second here. With that, it's speaking through the thing to Danny. That's like mind speak. You think?
Yeah, but it's on a tape recorder. We got that voice on the tape recorder.
Right.
So, I mean, who was it to talk to us? Was it Bigfoot? So, Bigfoot talked to us on a tape recorder, and we asked it to talk to us. Goddamn Bigfoot got a lot of power. He knows more the hell than we do. And I think this is what we got to look at. We got to look at it from all kind of angles. You just don't go out and just say, well, I'm going out to look for the gigantic picture today. I'll take my pump out and my lunch and I'll stop and, you're not going to find nothing. You don't find tracks. All right, some scat. Other than that, what are you going to find?
Exactly. Yeah, that's Lord M. No, I ain't saying I won't ever go in there. I will say that, once they're done micro studying it extensively, I will go in there or I will go in with them.
Right.
I will not just go in. No. That's the thing. I won't just go in there and start tramping through their research area. It's called courtesy with that.
Well, yeah, that's what it should be in this field, courtesy.
Yes.
I mean, if you say to me, hey, Fred, I'm going some research down along whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I mean, don't stay away from there because that's your area right now. You do your research down there, let me know what the hell you're doing. I mean, 100%.
What?
Like, okay, feeding Bigfoot.
Right.
Well, that's a big question. So, should you feed Bigfoot? Well, it's different answers. I mean,
yes.
different people you talk to yes. I mean, because they didn't give them food. I mean,
Well, if you do it on a regular basis and they expect it, maybe. If you just do it once in a while, probably not. But Jamie did say he didn't give me a hard time. He didn't really give me a hard time. He's what he did. He says, "No, you can go in there, Bill. Go ahead. I'm welcome to research that area." But to me, he is studying it, and it's a sort of new because he did find its structure in there, and that, and it's like, well, I'm not going in there without him. I don't care.
but I think too. I mean, it's like UFOs. We look for UFOs, but okay, so we needed somebody here to read radar. We have nobody to read radar. I think it's like with Bigfoot. We're looking for Bigfoot, but we don't have the tools to actually do what we're supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the problem with it. Like, okay, like you said, you've seen the tree upside down. How could we actually find out what done that? Could we take it and have somebody analyze the tree? Maybe there's fingerprints on it. I don't know. I mean, you look at it, and there's a lot of different things we can do, but we don't have the money, we don't have the manpower to do this stuff. And I think that these creatures know that. Again, what are these creatures? Are they us? I mean, it's like how many times did they say they had we always see people walking into the woods, right?
Right.
We never see them coming out, do we? I never heard one person say they seen Bigfoot walking out of the woods. But how many times did Bigfoot go into an area that they couldn't get out? And they can't find them. Can they actually shape-shift into us? And we're standing there looking at them, thinking, look, hey, you see the Bigfoot? No, I don't see it. That damn Bigfoot talking to us.
Well,
I can't. People are going to say I'm crazy for what I just said, but I don't think so.
Fred, I don't say you're crazy. You've been at this so damn long, and you've been researching different theories with it, so I can't say you're crazy. Some of the stuff I might not agree with, okay? But I don't know. I just don't know.
Okay, so now let's look at another theory here. UFOs. Okay, Bigfoot and UFOs.
Yep.
Okay, you're crazy. Bigfoot does not ride in a UFO. All right.
Oh, I don't have my sweatshirt on. If I have my sweatshirt on, it has the UFO above Bigfoot with the like they're beaming him down.
My license plate says UFO on it, right?
Yes.
Underneath it, I got a plate I'm putting on there that has a picture of a UFO. And Bigfoot being abducted right underneath the plate. So that's really good. But when we start talking about that, we got the Indians talking about the crazy bear coming out back in the 1800s.
Yep.
The moon came down and they came out. Well, that's the first beginning of it. They got numerous reports of Bigfoot and UFOs. All right. So now you got a gigantic Epithecus. Okay. And what's going in a UFO? Or are they aliens? Or what are they? I mean, again, we don't know what they are. And every time we think we know, something else happens that we don't know.
Right.
Yes.
That's just more things we can't explain. It's basically what it comes down to.
Well, that's the whole thing. We can't. We need to set up a group of people and maybe have meetings every 2 months as to what we found.
Right.
And go from there. I think we do better law. A lot better. But then again, you don't have the people out there that you say something, they're going to use it. They're the supreme rulers of the world.
With
and
some of the equipment we have out there right now, that a lot of ghost hunters use, skywatchers use, Bigfooters use. We got the voice recorders. We got the EMF meters. We got night vision, infrared.
But we can't find it. Why?
Well, I'm not saying we can't find them.
He will find us. We ain't going to find him. When he wants us to see him, we'll see him. Until then, you might as well just hang up.
Okay, hey, Lord Emp got something to say on this. Hey, Lord Emp from YouTube. He goes, I believe the Save or Bigfoot are their own species, do have some kind of supernatural ability, like being able to see in different spectrums. I believe that part, that they can see in different spectrums. That's why they can see infrared. Wake up, people. He's right. I do.
But you're getting more and more people who are going to that side. We can prove that there's a non-physical Bigfoot. We can prove that.
How?
Well, how many times did Bigfoot vanish before somebody? How many times did they see Bigfoot going into UFO? You got witness testimony to the effect of this. We have witness testimony for a lot of paranormal activity for Bigfoot.
Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I'm not going to disagree with you, but the one I saw retreat going back down through the woods and down over the hill. He didn't just disappear, jump through a portal, vanish in thin air. So
you might have seen a gigantic Epithecus. I think there were 2 or 3 different species of Bigfoot.
At least. At least.
Yeah, I don't think they're all the same. They all might be cousins. I don't think they're, like you say, the one you saw took off. They don't want to deal with us.
No. They saw what the humans do.
Well,
I don't like dealing with humans either.
you got to like humans. You are one of them.
No, I don't have to like them. I can tolerate them. There's only some humans I like.
But again, you got to look at it from a lot of different angles, man.
Yes, you do. The whole 9 yards. So you got to have an open mind.
Well, people don't have that.
No.
I sit here sometime, and I'll be honest with you. I talk to my cat. My cat meows. Like I don't know. I don't think he understands what the hell I'm saying. But he knows if he meows, I'll give him some candy or some shit. So he meows. But I'll sit here and drink a beer. Like people used to take acid to let their mind expand.
Right.
Beer. And I get some of the most weirdest ass things. Could it be? I don't know. You don't want to say it to people because they think you're crazy. But like I say, I think that the groups should get together, maybe even once every 6 months, and discuss it. And I think that would be work. I think that's workable.
Yeah, I do too, to a point. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out a few other things with them, like they're saying the hair's translucent.
They're what?
Like translucent, hollow hair.
You can see through.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have yet to get some hair samples. And then to find a place that wouldn't charge me an arm and a leg to test it, the whole 9 yards. So, that's the thing. We got to be able to find a reasonable place that's very reputable to do testing. DNA testing's too damn expensive.
That costs money.
Yes.
Who's going to spend the money to do that? I mean, that's what I was saying. That's one of the big problems. We can find some evidence, all right, but how do we test it? Like, say you find a structure, there's got to be some type of prints on it, okay, or some type of soil or some type of smell. So how do we test it? Where do we take it to?
Exactly. Like Sean Forker just said, non-biased labs going to be hard to find. And Sean's 110% right. And Sean, I put my nickname up you gave me just for you, brother. Those non-biased labs. Do you know of any, Fred?
No, I don't. That's a problem.
I don't either.
I wish I did. But I'm going to tell you what, there's people out there that do, and they won't tell us.
Right.
Again, this is the way it goes, man. We all should work together.
I kind of understand why they don't, because they don't want these labs overworked with stuff people find that's probably not even Bigfoot.
So Bigfoot is a cryptid, right?
Wait a minute. Sean Forker said he sent samples to Meldrum that got lost en route. He sent some samples to Meldrum, and Sean Forker did, and they got lost en route.
I don't know.
Is that kind of fishy, Sean, or did they actually got lost en route? That's kind of interesting there. I ain't saying Meldrum lost it. Human signature guy just disappeared. Had a signature card and it never got signed, and it got lost in the mail. Or more like.
Again, what is Meldrum's specialty? Walking.
Yeah.
Well, where'd he get his stuff tested out?
I'm not sure.
I've never heard him say he has stuff getting tested. I don't know. Every time I hear him talk, he talks about gait and walk and that. I mean, and then I guess he came down on what's her name? Ketchum and
On Melba.
and 9/11, 4/11 missing. And said they don't know what the hell they're doing. Well, maybe you don't know what the hell he's doing. I mean, again, here we go. We got the egos. You see what I'm saying? We got the egos out there.
Right.
How many Bigfoot has Meldrum seen? How many has he seen? None.
You know what? I never got to talk to him or listen to him. So I don't know.
I mean, I think he's a nice guy in that. But again, what is his specialty? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. I'd love to sit down and talk to him one-on-one and see exactly what he knows. Not at some conference or anything. Sit down over coffee and talk.
Well, that would be good if you could do it.
Yep. That'd be great. Probably cost me an arm and a leg, but.
We didn't know that, right?
But anyhow.
10 minutes for 1,000. I mean,
Yeah. But anyhow.
But see, again, the people up got the college backing him up.
Yes.
You know, he got people donating money to him. There's no doubt in my mind. You know? But when he does something for you, he charges. You understand what I'm saying? So really, I mean,
Yeah, it cost me a lot anyhow. Because number one, everything comes out of my pocket. Number two, I don't mind spending it for a worthwhile cause. Let's put it that way. You know, and
like I say, if you get Bigfoot hair, how can you test it and say it's a Bigfoot? You can't. It's an unknown hair. They have no sample that's a Bigfoot to test it and say it's related to that. See what I'm saying?
right,
So anytime you send something in, they can't say it's a Bigfoot. The only thing they can say it's unknown. So it could be an unknown, it could be a goddamn Mothman. It could be the Jersey Devil. It could be Chupacabra. It could be, we don't know. You know, where do these things come from and where do they go? That's what we got to learn, man. And they're good at it. They come and they go. I mean, you know.
right.
Like take Bigfoot, okay, Saltport. Now, he's not in Saltport, right? Well,
Right.
how often do people see him there? How often does somebody see him there? Or how many are down there?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So where do they go when they're not seen? They don't live in caves. People do, well, yeah, they live in caves. They don't live in no damn caves. What do they eat? You got 1,000-pound Bigfoot. What does he eat?
A lot.
He gets a deer and he takes its heart or its liver and he's really a little liver, a little heart. That's what to feed him and the whole family. He eats berries, we know that. But what else does he eat?
Right.
Well, he chops it, your head off of a skunk. Really? Did you see him chew the head off the skunk? No, then he didn't do it.
That's true. You know, I got to throw a couple things up here. I'm going to advertise a couple of your events.
Yeah.
I'm going to say right now, Thompson Run State Park, Bigfoot Days, folks. Putting the flyer up. You got Fred and Brian Seach speaking from 1 to 2. You know, this goes on 6 to 8 town hall meeting on Friday, July 7th. Saturday, July 8th, from 1 to 5, you have speakers at the campground group shelter. The pavilion, as you come in, it's right near where you check in at and everything. It's from 1 to 2, you got Fred Saluga and Brian Seach. Bigfoot and Strange Creatures in West Virginia. 2:30 to 3:20, you got Dave and Carrie Rupert, Bigfoot in Pennsylvania. Now, Zach Moore had to cancel out. Who's the people replacing him? Fred? Putting you on,
Pronounce your name.
putting you on the spot. But anyhow.
I know, but I can't pronounce the name.
I know too, and I can't think of the name.
He'll tell you.
Yeah.
And that, I think it's Annette and Ron, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Annette and Ron.
Yeah, they're good ghost people. They do a
Yes.
lot of research into the paranormal. They're good.
Yeah. This is a good event. It had a great turnout last year for the first time. They had it there. It was awesome. Then, the 15th, Perry Township Volunteer Fire Company, Perryopolis, PA.
15th.
That's what I said.
I looked at 16th.
15th. From 10 to 5. the annual Bigfoot conference. Dan Benoit, Doug Waller, Les Odell, Nick Markowitz. I can never say it right. And yours truly, me. We'll be speaking at it. It's free admission. There also.
There's going to be a lot of vendors there too.
Yeah, a lot of vendors too. So it's going to be interesting. I feel kind of honored speaking with all those guys. Seriously, Nick, he has so much to offer. A lot of people already know about Les and Mr. Dan. And of course Doug Waller. So I feel kind of honored being in that group of people.
What?
Why?
Yeah. What?
Because they are that good.
You've seen a Bigfoot, and what probably half of them didn't see one. So they should feel honored to be with you.
Thanks, Fred. I appreciate that. I do.
I'm being serious.
I am too, and thank you. I appreciate it. But I'd love to be the researcher like Les. So Les is the consummate researcher. He does it from the computer to the library to the area. He does the complete research. And I got so much love and respect for that man, the way he does it all.
He's always out in the woods.
Always. And very proud of him, and the way he does stuff. Now I'm going to throw something up for me. I'm throwing something up for me. My new t-shirts, folks. I posted the link on my page, the agent's page, where you can order the new shirts. Double-sided, $20 plus shipping. They're going through Creative Minds. Tammy, she's the one who come up with the designs and that. They're awesome. $20 for printed on both sides.
Bring them down when you come down to the thing down there.
If I have any. She got it. She's ordering that, and they come in navy blue. So you know. And Grace is here today. That's cool. And here's the thing. These two events I spoke of, I'm going to be camping down there at Thompson Run. I paid for that spot back in October, and I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a great event. I could not believe the people that turned out for it last year. When Brian and Fred both was told, don't expect much. Am I right, Fred?
Right.
And that place was packed. And it was awesome.
We had almost 200 people there.
Yeah. And it was packed. It was awesome. And they had the news station from Steubenville there. And lady walked up to me because I was there with Mary Fabian, the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project. And she come up and she says, so what do you think about Bigfoot? I says, I think he's real. She says, why do you think that? I says, because I saw one. Boom. Right away came, I interview you? Yeah, okay. But yeah, I got interviewed down there for it.
Well, I talked to somebody from Channel 9 yesterday. They said they're going to be there.
Oh, they are? Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not doing another interview.
I was at a car show yesterday in Chester. There was about, I guess there's on and on. There's probably 1,000 people the whole day. And the disc jockey, 5 times he came over and said, we're having it, this, that.
Oh,
But
cool.
Channel 9 was down there, taking pictures and that. And I said, we're having it again. He said, yeah, he's going to be down there. So.
Cool. That's great. Um, yeah. So
See,
that's
see,
a
Bill, what you were saying about, okay, like now, down in Perryopolis, like Leslie's going to be there, Daniel's going to be there. Again, it's the way they. This is how we find stuff out. How they do it.
yes.
Everybody speaks and they're doing like, well, I do this. This is what you got to find out. That's just how you find out stuff like that.
That's why I love going to these conferences.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked me to speak. I really am. But I like going and listening too.
You are.
I love listening. You're sitting there listening to the speakers.
Yeah. Because you can learn if you learn. Like I tell people, if you learn one thing, like okay, I teach a DUI class.
Right.
You
Now, wait a minute. You teach a DUI class. Is that teaching how to drink and drive under influence?
and not get caught.
Oh, and not get caught. Okay.
Our thing is, you want to drink as much as you want. Drink a half a case. I don't really give a damn. Don't drive and drink. That's what we're preaching. That's all.
Yes.
But I tell them people, it's a 72-hour class. They come Wednesday, they come Thursday afternoon, they leave Sunday. If you learn one thing out of this class, you've done something. And it's the same thing with these deep conferences and that. If you learn one thing, you learn something. And it's worth it. But people don't want to do that. Oh, well, yeah, with that shit,
Exactly.
The ones that come in and they laugh at you. Yeah, people,
Yeah.
When I walk in the bar, you're like that DUI instructor. I'll tell you a real quick one. Me and Brian's doing something again. I think it's in September, down in Brook County, down at the park down there in Wilbur. So I called up to talk to the guy, right? And the lady told me, she says, well, sir, he's not here right now. She says something about, do you work? I said, yeah. And she says, she says, well, what do you do for a living? I said, I'm a DUI instructor. Jesus Christ, Fred Saluga. But she used to work at the hotel where I worked at, where I teach at.
Oh, okay.
But we're doing something down here too in September. So, but again, the more people you talk to on the outside, they can tell you stuff that they don't think is important, but it is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like somebody says, well, I seen Bigfoot 3 times. Really? That's cool. When? Well, it was raining. It was a Friday and it was raining.
Yep.
Well, you got something right there. Friday and raining, Bigfoot's going to be there. He's not going to be there, but it's a good chance he'll be there. Where I seen Bigfoot down there drinking water. Well, they seen him down there. There's a good chance he's coming back. Or I seen Bigfoot climbing a tree. Another interesting thing. I hear people say, well, look up at a tree to see Bigfoot. How in God's hell do you have 1,000-pound animals in a tree? Explain that to me.
Well,
Explain it. I'm 74 years old and I can't understand that.
you can get a 700, 800, 1,000-pound Bigfoot in a tree, but if it got a 3-inch round branch it's standing on, that ain't going to hold up long. Now you get a 12-inch or bigger branch, it can be on it. I'll guarantee you that.
Well, I'd have to see it to believe
A
it.
2x6 can hold up how much weight?
I don't know.
2x6. Yeah, it can hold up.
I have no idea. I'm not a carpenter.
It can hold up some serious weight.
Well, I like to see it. I can't believe it until I see it. All right.
Right. And I'm not going to say they are standing up in trees. but I believe they can.
Well, a lot of people say when you're out, always look up a tree. The Bigfoot's in a tree most of the time. I don't understand that.
Well,
I mean, it's
this one area out in Andover, Ohio, I went in. Oh, that place. There's something evil in there. But I found the one tree, and there's a deer trail that runs under this branch, and I ain't saying actually a limb, not a branch, a limb. It was about 18 inches in diameter, and it came out at a right angle, then it went upwards, and you can see where something always was sitting up on there. I ain't saying it was a Bigfoot, but something was sitting up on there. And that
we had a juvenile Bigfoot up in Westmoreland County. They used to come and watch this little kid play all the time, and he fell out of a tree. But he probably only weighed about 100 pounds, so the branch was broken where it fell. So.
All right, it just says Facebook user. I can't see because since I got Fred on the phone, I can't see who's saying this. But they put a 5-inch branch and hold up to 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's interesting. I never did know.
You know, and
Thanks for saying it.
Thank you. See, Fred didn't know that, and I knew it could hold up some serious weight. Hell, a 2x4 could hold up a house. Yes.
I think you have to go a little bit too far.
I ain't saying a 3-story house.
Okay. All right. What do you say, one room?
It can hold up a corner of a 1-story house easily, a 2x4. A 4x4, I've seen do it.
Yeah. I don't know.
No.
Like I say, I'm not a carpenter,
No.
man.
No, I did see it do it. So I was in on that job. That was a temporary fix till we got the block wall replaced. But anyhow, enough on the wood end of it. Something else I'd like to go into with you, but we're really going clean around on all of this. I'd like to get into the UFO ends of it too.
Okay.
And I still got to rewrite those reports for you too, don't I?
The 3 of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I got to close that report out.
Okay. All right. I have to get it.
You can't. It's got to be only one at a time.
Yeah, I admit I screwed up.
No, you didn't screw up. You didn't know. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, a lot of people, they make a report and they don't know how to do it. And that's why I tell a lot of people that if you want to make a report, call me and I'll make it for you. Give me the stuff and I can make it for you. Or I can tell you how to do it. I got no problem with that. Well,
I'll definitely redo that. I got to sit down and print them out, and then I'll just hand them to you. Yeah, that was an interesting thing. What I'm talking about, folks, is that last fall, beginning of winter, a UFO was sighted in Sharon, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And eyewitness from downtown saw it. Eyewitness up on the East Hill saw it. And the lady shared her picture with me. This lady did. And she saw it down there in Lisbon. And she never got back to me. Corky wanted me to ask her a few things, and she never got back. So I couldn't answer the question.
Well,
but
most of the people don't.
Yeah.
They make a report. They'll make a report to move on, and you call them up, and they never call you back. You send them an email, they never send you an email back.
Well, that's like what Jamie did. He got a report at my conference, and he's trying to do a follow up, and the people never got back to him.
Right.
Yeah, didn't answer his calls. hunting. So
At the moment, it was good, but then I think about it. Oh my God! If I give this guy this information, he might be government. You know, I've actually been called the Man in Black a couple times.
yeah.
I know I'm dark complected and I wear black clothes, but you know, really.
I think the Men in Black is going to show up my conference this coming year. At least the Fix boys said they will be.
Well, no, Bigfoot Mafia is going to show up.
Oh, that's a guarantee.
That's an interesting one, Eric. Now, let's talk about that for a minute. Now, Bigfoot Mafia. So, what is a mafia? See, people use words that don't even know what the hell they are. So, what is a mafia? What's that mean?
It's a gang.
It's a gang, yeah.
It's a gang. Yeah.
Okay. It's La Monte Hella Francese Italia Anglia.
Yeah.
Death to the French and Italy tribe.
Yep.
In order to be mafia, it's got to be totally Sicilian.
Yes.
Well, I don't see no Sicilians in a group of people in our picture.
Me neither.
So, how can we be mafia?
Oh, I know. I'm English and Irish and Welsh and Scottish.
I mean, if they'd have said La Cosa Nostra, I'd have said, yeah, that's probably, you know.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's that was coined to me, and I had to coin it for the rest. That's it.
But again, with the UFO, again, they're out there. Okay.
Right.
1947. Okay. The FBI said that they're interdimensional. In 1947, they said that. Now, that's been 70, 74, 75, 76 years ago almost. So how much do they know now they're not telling us?
Oh my God, they're not telling us anything. Tell you the truth, for the amount of information they released, they ain't saying shit.
Right.
Come on, let's be real. They have so much information, it's pathetic.
But again, are they walking amongst us?
Did you see that post I put up on the agent's page? Yesterday or the day before? I said, they are here among us. Let's talk about it.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, the place up in PA where the UFO landed was on Ancient Aliens. They had another one come up there.
Right.
So we're having a meeting up there on the 29th of this month to see what we can find out up there. So, you know, we're dealing with Native Americans. We're dealing with nuclear power plants.
Yeah. You got a lot to deal with there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you get to Bigfoot, another thing with Bigfoot. Anytime I do a report for Bigfoot, I investigate it. I ask if the people have any Native American blood in them, and they look at me like, "What's that have to do with Bigfoot?" I would say 7 out of 10 people that report Bigfoot and see it have Native American blood in them.
7 out of 10?
Yeah. The lady I told you about, the Bigfoot falling out of the tree.
Yes.
I asked her, I said, well, do you have any Native American blood in it? You know, no, we do not have no Native American blood. Okay, no problem. I mean, I'm just asking. I didn't ask if you brushed your teeth this morning or something. I just asked if you had Native American blood.
Yeah.
She called me up. 2 hours later, the kid's dad is part Shawnese. Shawnees. But is it Shawnees?
Shawnee. Yeah.
Shawnee, yeah. So again, and how many times Brian will tell you, I have people, and they'll look at me like I'm crazy, and then they'll say, yeah, I have Native American blood.
Well, No, I don't.
Well,
I don't. But two of my cousins are 50% Seneca Indians.
well, that could roll over to you, man.
Possibility. My
A lot of them
aunt,
are seen. A lot of them are seen around old graveyards.
yes.
I mean, again, for what reason? I mean, why would Bigfoot go to a graveyard and dig her with his hands? I mean, again, I mean, a lot of this stuff, you sit there and you say, like, what the hell is going on here? So,
Okay. They're sitting there digging in the graveyard.
yeah.
I never heard that part before.
Oh, yeah, they hit old graveyards. They love old graveyards.
I know there are some old graveyards in that.
Yeah, a lot of sightings around old graveyards.
Right.
But they say people have said they've seen them sitting there digging with their hands, like moving dirt with their hands. So what is that? I mean, I don't know. That's another thing, everybody that's seen it, if they would make a report, maybe we could figure something out about it. Like, A, B, C, and D every time, And again, one or two people report it, and 10 people see it, and they don't report it, so here we are.
Exactly. And, back in the early 70s, I saw a UFO. So the rest of us kids standing out at our bus stop. It was springtime, beautiful weather out, bright sky, blue sky, looking up over the hill and see that UFO. It's a flying disc. It's about 3/4 of a mile away from us, half mile to 3/4. And I ran in the house and told my mom, she was at the kitchen sink. I says, look up over the hill. There's a UFO there. She's looking and she goes, you didn't see anything. You don't tell anybody. And she said it mean. It's like, whoa, okay. Well, the guy that lives up on the hill, about halfway up on the hill, he took a picture of it. He turned it into the news. He turned it into the newspaper. And
they make fun of him.
They said it was one of those metal trash can lids he threw in the air. Okay, half a mile to 3/4 of a mile away. How did us kids see it? If that was a trash can lid.
Well, but see again, they say that, and nobody refutes it. You understand what I'm saying?
You're right.
Nobody would go to the paper and say that's bullshit.
And
I will. I'll go to the newspaper and say that's bullshit. Really.
I would too now, but I was like 14 years old. I'm listening to Mom. All right, I ain't saying nothing. And us kids never really spoke of it after that. And because I went out and said, Mom says we're not supposed to say we seen it or anything. So.
Well, it's like a lot of people don't really know about me. I was abducted when I was 4 by a UFO. All right.
All right.
But now I never found out about it until I was about 50. So a lot of people said, I know people in the field that are really to arrest me. They said, we'll take you back right now if you want to go. No, I don't want to go. If I can't figure it out by myself, I don't need to know. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to go in there and have somebody say, well, yeah, you've seen it, you've seen that. No,
right.
That's bullshit.
Right, I understand that.
One night, I'm sitting here with the bang and watching TV, and I see the little aliens with hoodies on. I said, Jesus Christ, I can remember them being in my room. I can remember seeing them. I can remember being outside with them. I can't remember going into the craft. But we went to Salt Fork not too long ago, me and Danny.
Right.
We have missing time about 3 hours.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I've had missing time when I think about it quite a few times. Then the other night, it tickles the shit out of me too. But the other night I go to sleep, I wake up, I got marks on my arm. Well, it's old, you're getting old, you get that mark. I had 2 fingerprint marks on my arm.
Yep.
Being old don't make fingerprints on your arm. But again, that's what they feel. That's what they feel. It's not my problem.
Right.
But I'm an abductee. I mean, and people laugh at me when I say, "Really? Yeah, really." I walk in the bar. The first thing I hear, "Well, did you catch him yet?"
Yeah.
No, he's too damn fast, man. I had to drink the beer.
My wife had a follow-up doctor's appointment this morning, and we're standing at the window getting ready to check out from there. Yeah. And this gentleman goes, because I had the Sasquatch research shirt on, and he goes, "Did you the volume went down when I took the headphones off?" All right. Try that. Did you see one? Yeah, I did. And he really, and I said, yeah, down near Cambridge, Ohio, at Salt Fork State Park. Oh, wow. And then he started questioning me on it. I told him everything I knew. So, then they came out to get him. And the same thing he said to me, as he's walking away was, "Keep up the good work."
Yeah.
Now, this is a non-vet.
Yeah. This is what we got to do. We got to go out there and make people feel right talking to us.
Right.
You got a lot of people out there. They'll start talking to somebody and they'll go, "Oh, Jesus Christ, here we go."
Yeah.
You can't do that with people.
No.
I mean, once you're done talking to them, you're half a mile away. You can say, "Oh God." But while you're talking to them, they're telling you something that they think is important, and you should really, wow, that's cool. I mean,
Exactly.
and a lot of people don't do that. That's why people don't want to talk to us.
Exactly. Exactly. And I tried to come off with that persona too, that they can talk to me, because I want them to.
Yeah.
And so.
But you hear people say, "Well, I told that guy about Bigfoot. He looked at me like I was crazy."
Yes.
And he was a researcher.
And this weekend, I'll tell you a story about Ohio Bigfoot Conference.
I don't go down there.
Well, I was there this year.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something when I see you this weekend. I'm not going to put it out over here, because then it sounds like I'm lambasting somebody. And I sort of am, but because he kind of ticked me off, but we ain't going there.
Yeah.
I don't want to publicly shame a celebrity. But yeah, but if we don't try to belittle anybody that's giving us information, we can't.
A lot of people do, Bill.
I know.
People do.
And I'm sorry, I don't accept that as being a true researcher. Okay, they're just a glory hound, trying to and Mr. Know-it-all.
But see, this is the problem with the world today. I've sat down with people with UFO reports. They start telling me about their grandchildren. I can say, "Well, I'm not here to talk about your grandchildren. I'm here to talk about you."
Yep.
But I'll say, "Really? How many grandkids you got?"
Yeah, exactly.
Blah, blah, blah. And you go 5 minutes into the grandchildren, then you go back to the UFO. And then they're looking at you like this guy's kind of interesting. Someone telling this shit. So.
Well, a lot of people know I'm still associated with the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project.
Yeah.
There are certain, I stepped down from a lot of the duties, but, I didn't cut them out of my life because why would I do something like that? That's a great organization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got this to say about Mary. Mary would help you out.
Yes. Yes.
Mary's not there to screw over anybody, I don't think. I mean, maybe some of the stuff she does is a little bit to the far left or to the far right. But I don't think she does stuff on purpose.
No, and Mary's helped me a lot. I'm not going to deny that one bit. She really did, and I'm very thankful, and I love her for it. But I ran the Mercer Lawrence County chapter of the Bigfoot Project, and the one meeting we were having, only like 5 people showed up. One was a couple. So instead of having a meeting, I talked to them individually. And we were out front of the place when this couple showed up. And she goes, I had to drag him in. And he says, yeah, and I'm not even going to say anything about my experiences. That's fine. You don't have to. And you can tell he's kind of shook up about it. And I think that's the reason why we had a small meeting that time. So I was able to talk to him. Because I ended up going to the table and I told him who I was and what I did and everything. And he goes, well, I'm still not going to say nothing. I said, you don't have to, but you mind if I tell you my experiences? No, go ahead. And I started telling him. He opened up to me. Yeah. He actually had tears in his eyes from that experience.
I'll tell you something interesting. I worked with guys on death row.
Right.
Okay. And they asked me, everybody down there knows I own Bigfoot UFOs, right? All the convicts do that shit. They start telling me, like, you really on Bigfoot? Yeah. Can you tell me about it? Yeah. Now, they will tell me shit that I don't really want to hear what they tell me about killing people and stuff, but not too many of them have ever seen Bigfoot or anything, but they sat there with in awe, like, really? I mean, is that true? Yeah, Again, people want to hear what you got to say, and then you should listen to what they got to say, So.
Yep. And, that's the thing.
We had one guy who thought it was a vampire, but he was kind of interesting. I like talking to him.
Right.
He liked drinking blood. He'd stick a needle in a girl's arm and drink the blood. So.
No, that's a little weird.
Oh, yeah. Well, again, when you start getting into this shit, you run into a lot of weird people.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah.
We're in a field that 90% of the people think we're crazy. All right, same with UFOs. They think we're crazy. There's no such thing as a UFO until it picks you up.
I had a young guy tell me UFOs are nothing but holograms. Every one of them. I looked down and said, go back to work. Just go back to work. Get away from me.
I had a guy, the wife called in a report, said she's seen 3 grays. He's up in the mountains. So I go up there and I'm talking to her and he's all pissed off. And I said, dude, what's your problem, man? He said, that's bullshit. So he starts talking and she said, tell him what happened to you. He said, I don't know what happened, man. He said, I was driving down into a road and I woke up and my car was parked against a tree. I was saying to myself, oh shit, here we go. This guy was pro, man.
Yeah.
And then he told me, he said, his rear end was bleeding the next day. He say you was broke. You know.
Right.
But again, I mean, you know, you talk to people and stuff like this comes down, and you just look at them and like, wow, what I'd like to say to him, but I can't say it, you know.
Yes.
But again, I mean, I sat there and listened to his whole story. And, you know, I didn't say nothing out of the ordinary, you know. Well, okay, cool, you know. But I think this is what we got to do with people, man. I mean, you know, and we got to go, like, join an organization like the Moose, the Lions, you know, well, like I say, I'm a member of the DFW and American Legion.
Right.
I mean, they all know me. I had a guy walk into the VFW one night, a deputy sheriff. And I was in the bathroom when he came in, and he said, where in the hell is Fred Saluga at? And they all looked like, you know, oh shit, Fred did something again. And he said, I got to talk to his ass right now, just like that, you know.
Right.
He's in the bathroom. So they're all looking at me when I walk on. He said, I need to talk to you. I said, okay. He said, what's your dog, man?
Okay.
I said, and I explained it to him. I mean, you know, again, I just went on a case the other day. You know, I'm a licensed private investigator.
Right.
So a guy calls me up and he says, we're hearing music in a house and my wife's hearing voices in her head. And I go, okay, well, why are you calling me up? He says, the state police told me to call you. I said, really? So it's called the Havana syndrome.
Right.
And like I told him, there's nothing I can do for you, man. But again, I learned something from them. You know, I learned actually quite a bit from talking to people. So you learn something every day, man.
Yes, you do.
And people don't understand that. I mean, every day you learn something. So, like today, I learned my computer screwed up. So, you know.
You know,
I got to figure out how the hell to get that thing working like it's supposed to.
call Terry.
Call who?
Terry. Brian's wife.
Oh, yeah.
Call Terry. She'll fix it.
Well, she'll tell me how to do it. She can do it. I mean, Terry's
Yeah.
with computers.
Yeah. That's why I said call Terry. No.
I've asked her to do a few things for me. She done it, and I couldn't even attempt to do it. So, but again, you know, you got to treat people with respect, and they'll treat you with respect.
Yep. And you know, that's how I look at it. You know, I go in the restaurant downtown here, and the owner harasses me about Bigfoot. But on the same hand, he'll come and say his one tenant, he's going to get them to talk to me because they say they saw Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's going to hook me up with his tenant. And his tenant lives over near Warren, Ohio.
Let me ask you something. Anybody on you there got any questions they want to ask us?
Not yet. Jimmy's taking his dog out. I think that was Jimmy that said that.
But we're
But
going to go outside now and then.
yeah. Hey, you asked me before, you know, if you got to take a pee break, you know, is ours to leave the room to go do it. I said, hey, sure, no problem. Just don't stand up and pee in the cup in front of everyone.
Yeah, well, no.
You
Now
know,
that I got the cell phone, I can just go, nobody even know it.
yeah, just don't flush.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
what the hell was that? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. A rush of water here somewhere. But, you know, And someone else said, and this is some young guy out hunting. He goes, "We're gonna take a pee at anywhere. You're in the middle of the woods. Well, won't the deer smell it? Urine smells like ammonia. I don't care if it comes from a deer, a bear, a rabbit. It still smells like ammonia."
Yeah.
Oh. So, Bigfoot, and you got to pee, go pee.
Yeah. Talking about that, see, I think Biden, the guy that's the president,
Yeah.
I think he should put porta-johns every 5 miles along the highway.
Why?
So people can go to the bathroom when they want to.
Oh,
Have you ever been in a city and you have to go to the bathroom and you can't?
oh my God. I knew this was going to get off track here.
No, but then you go and somebody catches you, they can arrest you for it. Anyhow.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God.
When I start doing podcasts, I'm gonna be politically too. And I can piss off a lot of people with that too. So
I gotta grab something here. I'm gonna do something for you, Fred, right now.
what's that?
Show your book. West Virginia, Paranormal Gateway.
Okay.
Mr. Fred Saluga, I'm showing your book.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I finally get to read it because my wife told me I could.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm going to start reading it tomorrow. I got it down to the office finally. Yeah.
Did she like it?
Yes, she did.
Well,
Yes, she did.
Right.
And I told her, don't
Right.
say nothing. I want to read it. So she won't tell me nothing about it. And she did like it, Fred. So that's a plus. That's a plus. How can they get your book?
They can go to Amazon or they can send me an email, paranormal1949@AOL.com, and I will give them my address and send me a check for $20 and I'll send it to them. Bye.
It's a good book, folks. He is Bigfoot, UFO, and other paranormal phenomenons. He does research.
Yep.
50.
For the last 50 years.
Yeah. And some, I don't know who wrote this, but China has pee walls on their streets.
And I also teach college classes on this stuff. I'm teaching a class in West Virginia, down in Wheeling at the West Virginia County Community College on UFO starting in September. And I'm going to teach a cryptozoology class in January down there.
Oh, cool.
So, and it's only $25 for 5 classes. It's $5 a class, but you can't beat that.
No.
So,
It's the drive, though. That's a 2-hour round trip.
oh yeah, for you guys, yeah.
Or I'd be down at it.
Well, I drive up to Westmoreland County from here, which is an hour and a half to teach a class up there.
Right.
So, but I enjoy that. I get a lot of information from the people. So,
Right.
You know,
That's the thing. You do get a lot of info. And that's what I like about my camp out, that we did in April. The last 2 Aprils. We got a lot of information from the other researchers and different people that stopped in. Tim and Renee Gayhart, they had a lot of info. Jay Fouch, Corky, Steve Blair, even my nemesis, Mike Hartman, my brother from another mother and father. Even Josh Ensley. That kid.
Me and Blue Tracker was down there one day.
Yeah.
One night we stayed all night down there. So we went down into where people sleep. What do they call it?
The group camp area or the campground?
No. The hotel, like.
Oh, the lodge.
Lodge. So we walked into the lodge in the morning. It's as cool as hell. So we walked in the lodge in the morning. We're dirty as hell. We got mud all over us and stuff. A lady sitting there reading a book. And she looks at us and she says, I bet you was out hunting Bigfoot. And we looked at her. We said, yeah, we was out hunting Bigfoot. So she says, let me tell you a story. And so here we go. But she says her and her husband, they're in their 50s, they was taking the grandchildren down to Beaver Creek, okay, to camp. And they put the kids to sleep, she said, and they had the fire going, you know, and him and her were sitting there. And all of a sudden they started hearing screaming, like somebody screaming and this and that. And she said she got scared, and she told the husband, she said, let's get the kids and get the hell out of here. So they're riding down the road, and a forest ranger came. And she said, I don't know what's going on. But she said, they're killing somebody down in that hall down there. He said, no, he said, some damn Bigfoot researchers down there just practicing.
Oh, my God. I know, a camp out. We sit around the campfire if we're not going out researching. And talk about how we research and find out. And, you know, it's not just normal people, it's researchers that sharing this info.
Right.
And I laid it out on everyone that everyone's welcome. No egos. And that's exactly what I got at my campfire.
Well, that's the best, man.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you can talk to people. When you got somebody with an ego, man, it's bad.
Yes. And, you know, and that's the way I look at it. And we're going to, I'm doing another one in April, but we got one coming up. Mike Hartman is planning it. But
well, you got down Salt Fork Saturday?
Was I?
Yeah.
No.
Because we went down there, and then I don't know, tell me you guys was camping down there. I said, if I knew you guys were camping, I'd have went up there.
No. Amy Copeland's going to have a camp out here real soon.
Yeah.
It might be this weekend. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I can't go. Of course, you know why I can't go. I'll be in Thomaston.
Yeah.
We're going to September 7th through the 10th is another one we're going to be doing. Mike Hartman's planning that one.
Where's
But
that going to be at?
At Salt Fork Group Camp area. And, but Agents of the Unexplained is in with the Ohio Bigfoot Project and Research Center. Ohio Bigfoot researchers are involved with it, and so is Monroe County Bigfoot enthusiasts. It's the four groups is basically hosting it, but Mike Hartman's doing all the planning of it.
That's good.
And
well, if I get this tent that I don't have to sleep on the ground, I'll be down.
oh,
Because
cool.
I can't sleep on the ground with my back.
I understand that. Yeah.
I mean, yesterday I sat down on the back of a car, and I'm gonna tell you what, I couldn't walk for the rest of the day. I mean, my back was hurting so damn bad. So,
That's understandable.
I'm buying a tent, a one-man tent with legs, so it's off the ground.
I was checking into that too.
if I can get that, I'll be out every damn weekend. But
Well, if things go right after this summer and get these blood clots cleared out, I'll be doing a lot more hiking and camping.
well,
No.
well, I look at it this way, man. I'm 74. I got to get my shit in now.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, you do.
I mean, I went out, when was it? A couple of weeks ago, right after I come back from the doctor, and walked 3 miles. And not too many people out there in the woods, 74, back problems, leg problems, and walking. But,
Dude,
like I told
you impressed the hell out of me at my camp out when we went to, when I went to show you where I had my sighting at, and you had to climb over that tree that was 3.5 foot high from the, laying down on the ground, 3.5 foot high, and you climbed over it.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, Fred. Yeah.
Well,
But you wanted to get up close to that area where I had my sighting.
I told the doctor, he said, I'll be in a wheelchair in 5 years. I said, they got to have tracks on them because I'll be going back in the woods, man.
Yeah. I don't see you being in a wheelchair in 5 years.
Shift that bitch into second and go, man.
Yeah. I don't see you being in a wheelchair in 5 years, Fred. You're too damn stubborn.
I hope not.
Yeah. You proved me wrong on other things. You'll prove me wrong on this. But now, what else do you want to talk about?
I don't know, man. You're running the show.
No, it's a joint effort.
Oh, okay.
Joint effort, brother.
Let's talk about the Mothman.
All right,
You believe in the Mothman? Let's just talk about cryptids in general.
All right, the Mothman. Actually, I'm going to have Steve Ward on at the end of the month, on the 26th.
Okay, that's good.
I don't know that much about the Mothman, and I'm not going to lie. I ain't going to try to BS anyone. I don't know diddly squat, actually. Other than it supposedly landed on that bridge and collapsed it.
Well, that's debatable, too. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I think Mothman will tell you there's going to be something happening. I don't think they do it.
That's what I thought too. How many people died when that bridge collapsed?
I think 20-some. I think they found all but 2 bodies. It was right before Christmas.
All right, and so traffic on that bridge would have been a lot heavier later on. Am I right?
Right. Well, the bridge was full. I mean, both ways it was packed. I mean, it was loaded. And they say it's some kind of bolt came out or something, and that's why it went out. So
that's before bridge inspection.
I don't know why it went out or anything, but that's what they said.
One bolt will make that bridge collapse?
Yeah.
With 10,000 bolts in a bridge.
That one bolt's got power coming out. I mean, tension on it. Then if the tension goes from it, something else goes. And then the whole bridge goes.
Now,
you know,
the old steel bridges. And we got a couple here in town that's the railroad bridges, right downtown Sharon.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands. And I mean tens of thousands of bolts and rivets.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy one bolt making that collapse. No. I can't buy into that theory there.
The eye rod or whatever they said did it. The eye rod came out.
Okay.
That's a bolt. I don't know. I mean, eye rod, I don't know how big it is.
Eye rod's pretty big. Now that so, I can buy into that one.
I don't know. To me, an eye rod's a bolt. I mean, that's what I look at it as. I mean, I don't know how big it is, but they said it was the eye rod. I think it came and did it. But you know, the bridges they made a long time ago are still up, a lot of them. Like
Yes.
we got down here in Chester where I live, we got the bridge. It's the Pay Bridge, the used to be the bridge. That bridge was built in 1903 and it's still going strong. Now I'm scared shitless to ride across it, but, you know.
Well, they closed the one steel bridge down to where I used to live on the other side of Newcastle, going into Willow Grove. And then they closed the cement bridge, which is just a little farther up the road that Hickory Creek ran down through. I think that steel bridge was the Mahoning River. And then the Shenango River and the Mahoning River met right past Hickory Creek, where it ran. Hickory Creek ran into Mahoning, and then the Shenango and that came together, and that was right behind my house. So we had three rivers there that formed the Beaver, by the way.
Well, I don't know, but with Mothman, a lot of people seen the Mothman. They say they still see it today. But now you got the one up in Chicago. I don't really know if that's a Mothman or not up there. But the real Mothman, I mean, people still say it. They said that there was people said they seen it before 9/11 in New York.
I heard something about that. Then I heard it was like a dark, shadowy figure for there right before 9/11.
I don't know.
So, you know, without pictures, you know where I'm going with that one.
Yeah.
Without pictures, it never happened. Yeah, right. But no, seriously, people are still saying they seen the Mothman down there. So,
but again, okay, it's a cryptid. So, where does it go? You know, where did it come from and where does it go? So now it's going to hide until it's supposed to come back out again. You see what I'm saying?
right.
That's the thing with a cryptid. I mean, how does that happen? I mean, and that's one of the things we got to look at here. So,
And someone just said he's been seen flying over the Ohio River in Wellsville. How long ago was that?
I have never heard that.
Me neither. I think Corky said that. I'm not sure.
I've never heard it, so I can't say yes, no, or in between. So,
when was that, Corky?
huh?
Corky's the one that said that.
Okay. Is he on here?
Yeah, he's on there. That's why I asked.
Ask him what year.
Yeah, and what year was that, too? That's interesting. Friday night. Need to know. That's interesting, Fred.
Well,
20 years ago, made the paper. They had pictures. Corky believes he's a demon.
they had pictures.
We're going to have to check into this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Big time. Brian, I got a mission for you. You choose to accept it. That's why I got his ears perked up too. Because Brian's out there.
You say it was down in Wellsburg?
Wellsville.
Oh, Wellsville, that's in Ohio.
Yeah, flying over the Ohio River.
I heard it was on Neslie's Chapel up here where I live. And it was on the bridge down across the river, the one I told you, the Pay Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually had a lady made a Mothman record up here. She lives in New Manchester by the park. Her and her son, well, this had to be like 20 years ago. He was up in a tree, and she was down on land, and they seen him. He was playing, and Mothman was up in a tree, and he was scared to talk about her. And then we had a Mothman sighting in a graveyard up there, and the sheriff said it never happened, and I should forget about it. So,
yeah, okay.
huh?
Yeah, okay.
Well,
I'll listen to the sheriff, not.
I had 4 deputies looking at me with their hands on their gun. So I forgot about it while I was standing there, but then it came right back to me after I left.
Right.
So,
Our court says it's the same area where the Ohio Howl was recorded.
well, that's down by Beaver Creek.
Oh, and Brian says we will look into it, Fred.
Okay, all right.
There was allegedly one scene when the mill exploded in Wellsburg.
Well, what happened?
One was allegedly seen when the mill exploded in Wellsburg.
Oh, I never knew mill exploded. I got to look into that. I never heard of that.
Where in the hell have you been?
Hiding.
All right, Bigfoot.
Yeah, I've been hiding.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Fred. I had to go there.
I heard. Hey, if anybody wants to talk to me or anything, tell them get a hold of me on my Paranormal 1949
That's right.
at AOL.com.
If you guys didn't hear that, here, let me type it into the comments.
Okay.
Hang on a second. Put this back around my neck. Normal 1949.
AOL.com. Because me and Brian's looking for as many reports and stuff down here around this area we can get. So.
Okay. Yeah, like Fred said, they're trying to get as many reports. It doesn't have to just be Bigfoot or Mothman. It could be any cryptid or anything.
Yeah, UFO, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I just put up his email in the comment section. Paranormal 1949 at AOL.com. They still got American Online, huh?
Yep.
God, are you old? They got rid of that, I thought.
I'm really old. Well, it says let there be light, and I seen for the first time.
Oh, shit. But I get the.
I paid $25 a month for that shit too, man.
Oh,
For AOL. I've had it since it came out, so.
yeah. Well, I used to have a AOL years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
Now I just use Google for my email.
Yeah, well, I got too many things on AOL to change it, actually.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And, you know, when I'm dead, they'll be sending emails to me. I'll be coming up and looking at them.
That's all right. I'll be doing live once I'm gone from the other side, though. I'll be on the other side doing them.
Maybe we both will.
That would be a hell of a podcast.
That would be a bitch, ain't it? Them damn guys are dead. No, they're talking. You know,
Is it hot where you're at, Fred? It is where I'm at.
it's very hard here. Yeah.
And Brian says hopefully you get a lot of reports this weekend.
Yeah, I hope we do, really.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be sitting down at the table with you guys, especially when you're up speaking, so I can help take some reports for you.
We appreciate it. Appreciate all the help we can do,
Yeah.
man.
We I'll do that for you guys because I like Ian's.
Well, thank you.
I know you just paid me $1 to say that, but that's all right.
50 cents.
Oh my God, he's Jewish. The Godfather's Jewish.
There you go. You can't say that, man.
The Godfather's Jewish.
Yeah, okay.
Oh shit. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get in trouble now.
Yep.
Oh well, life goes on.
Yep, it does.
Hey, I'm English, Irish, Welsh, Scottish, and German.
Okay.
That's a hell of a combination. I play for anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Corky says he cannot find anything online. It was in the early 80s. He was still in high school.
Okay. Well, I'll look it up and Brian will look it up. We'll see what we can find out.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys can come up with something.
Okay. All right, man. I'm going to take off here.
All right. Hey, thank you very much, Fred. It's been
next time we'll try to have the phone, the things that works.
Hey, we get it. You get that thing working, the video and the mic. We might do one on a spur of the moment type one.
Okay, that's cool.
Definitely.
All right, man. I gotta go.
All right, Fred. Thank you again, brother.
Okay, man. You have a good one.
You too now.
Bye, everybody.
They're saying bye.
Okay, I'll see you guys. Bye.
All right, brother. Bye. Yep, that was the one and only Fred Saluga. I love the old man. I really do. He's a great guy, and he is a wealth of information. But like he said, you got to have an open mind. You got to share your information. The man, he'll tell you how it is. Definitely, Brian. Definitely see you Friday. That he's awesome. So, yeah, and Brian, he's another wealth of information out there. Jamie, another one. Corky, and I ain't gonna lie. I respect these people, and I get information from them. Thank you. Thanks for saying that about the podcast. I'm planning on getting down there between 3 and 4, if everything goes right. I got to get hold of Randy and Mary Heath, see what time if they're going to go at the same time as me or not. But I definitely got to be down there before 6. So, with that being said, folks, thank you for listening. It was a great show. I enjoy having Fred on here with us. He's an amazing man. You guys are an amazing audience. And we'll talk to you all soon. Have a great night.
This has been an Agents of the Unexplained original podcast. Like us on Facebook, subscribe and view on YouTube, and please visit our store link in the bio. Thank you for listening, and remember that paranormal is the new normal.